Hey everybody, it is May the 1st. It's Friday, and you know what time it is. I'm Brandon, by the way, from Branding Pixel. It's time to answer a question for my Ask Me Anythings. And normally I take a question from the internet, but in this case I have a special case situation because one of the questions from one of the people on the internet, I actually have the person here with me. It's Ivan Anaya from El Salvador.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ivan Anaya from Mercy Way Studio.
So he's here. He's going to ask me a question real time, and I'm going to answer it. So over to Yvonne.
Okay, the question
Are you on camera? I can't tell.
I'm in camera.
Okay,
I'm here.
great.
The question that I have for Brandon is, what is the most hard part of writing? Like that moment when you think is the hardest moment, and what's that part and how you overcome it? So I love to write myself, but this is sometimes I just have some block on the moment. So I would love to know what Brandon think about it.
Okay, so I'm going to give two answers because the hardest part for me about writing is getting the time to write. And Yvonne's laughing because he knows. Yeah, just having the dedicated time to sit down uninterrupted and put words on the page. That's the hardest part for me because I run a small business and super busy. The way you overcome that, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. So when I figure that out, I'll post an answer, Yvonne. I don't know. We should be on camera together.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. We could actually do it like this, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the phone business, so it's crazy. I think the hardest part for most writers, how about this? Before I had this problem writing, my biggest problem as a writer was like I would come up with a really cool idea, like I'd have like, oh, this would be awesome, or I'd have a really cool idea for a scene. Maybe it was the end, maybe it was in the middle, maybe it was at the beginning, but then translating that to a full story.
Okay.
And so turning a neat part of a story into a full, complete story arc was the hardest part before the time issue occurred for me. And for me, the way I solved that problem was twofold. One was forcing myself to outline. Now, I know there are lots of writers out there that are screaming and throwing fruit at the screen right now because they hate outlining, but that's the answer. I mean, since I started outlining and following my process, I've gotten a lot more done, a lot more completed and out the door, which to me is kind of the part of one of the whole goals of writing, right? Is to get stuff written. And another thing for me, I think a critical clue for me was uncovering the fact that any story problem that you have as a writer can be solved by the motivations of your characters.
Oh, okay.
So that means, excuse me, that means you first have to define the motivations for those characters. And I'm not talking about the overarching motivations, like what is Bruce Wayne's motivation for being Batman? I'm talking about, vengeance. I'm talking about what is the specific motivation for this story, right? This particular story arc. You've got to define it down to that level. And once you do that and you document it, then you go back when you run into a story problem and you look at those motivations and invariably you find the answer. So for your problem. So time, outlining, motivations. Those were my three biggies.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah. Thanks, Yvonne, for being on. Talk to you guys soon. Keep the questions coming.